Namibia has a coastline of nearly 1,600 kilometers stretching along the southeast Atlantic. Its marine environment is shaped by the cold Benguela Current, but Namibia is much more than its enigmatic coastline. It is a country of moonscapes, fossils, meteorites, natural pools, and a rich geological heritage. The population of 3 million is spread across 562,000 square kilometers. This means that Namibia has one of the lowest population density of any country on the African continent, second lowest worldwide after Mongolia. In Nama, the word Namib means vast place, and Namibia has many indigenous peoples across its landscapes. In what follows, we tell a story of a ritual process that recognizes the richness of Namibia's peoples and the need for spiritual release. This story begins in Luderitz, a southern coastal town of Namibia, a town with a cultural heritage and a deep industrial history. Our story begins with a question. Where does coastal cultural heritage begin and end? What happens to communities separated by history? We draw on anthropological research in the country to provide insight into the linkages between communities and coastal heritages in Namibia and South Africa. At the heart of our story is Dikwe, a healer from South Africa who, via the cultural and psychological liberation walk, returned to his indigenous identity of Khoi. Dikwe shared with us that 12 years ago he dreamt of going on a pilgrimage to assist in the release of trapped souls on Shark Island, Luderitz. Shark Island is a place that is close to the heart of all Namibians. It is a place where people remember the tragic memories of the colonial past. In the words of the Namibian government, a genocide of Namibia's indigenes occurred here. However, it is also a spiritual place and a place that is adjacent to proposed development as the town of Luderitz gathers pace to leverage economic development. Research can reveal shared cultural heritage, and in doing so, it can deepen social cohesion and empowerment, leading to greater discoveries of humanity, spirituality, and shared commitment to positive social change. We observed, for example, that the people of the town are keen to work together for the common good, that the local communities, desiring of development, are eager to seize opportunities for a better future.
Luderitz is 'n plek van ons is almal familie in hierdie dorp in.
Okay, yeah.
Maakie saak wat gebeur, hierdie plek se mense staan mekaar by.
En ek weet nie, is dit nodig dat ons moet so swaar kry in Luderitz nie, want ons het diamante, ons het vis, ons het kreef, ons het ons eie minerale, om nie swaar te kry nie. Maar ek weet nie.
Cultural heritage, then, those memories, beliefs, practices of generations before us, are not only the legacy of the past, they hold immense possibility for renewal, creativity, dignity, and identity. Luderitz's deep history of indigenous, Portuguese, German, and ultimately Bochte or Bay heritage also serves to enrich cultural identity and social practice in the town.
Well, yeah, I was born in Luderitz in 1958, and I grew up there until I got the biggie verstand. And then, of course, sea was our life. I'm a fisherman by profession. I used to go to sea when I was 5, 6 years old with my dad in holidays, school holidays. And then I ended up being a fisherman. I was a captain of a small vessel at the age of 17. And that was my life. So sea is my life.
Is van Portugese afkomst.
My pa is Portugees, my ma ook, ja.
Is daar nog 'n groot Portugese gemeenskap in Luderitz?
Hulle was baie, ons was 'n klomp families. Hier was maklik 150 Portugese families. Ja. Hier was baie.
Direk van Portugal af of het hulle van Angola?
Nee. Ons span wat hier was die Portugese wat van Madeira-eiland afgekom het. En hulle het begin kom hierso in die vroeë 40e jare. 46, 47, 48, 50, 51 so. Het hulle gekom. En 'n klomp van hulle het gekom vir waiters in Johannesburg. En hier was 'n Italiaanse gemeente in die dorp gewees met wat kreef gevang het. En hulle en die ek weet nie of dit gegaan het oor die oorlog nie. Ek weet nie, ek was te klein, maar ek was nie eens gebore nie. Maar die Italianers het gestryk. Hulle wou nie meer vir die Joodse maatskappye gewerk het nie. En toe daar 'n persoon met Gaston Fernandes se oupa het daarvan gehoor. En ek dink hy was die eienaar van Luderitz Fishing in die Kaap. Ek weet nie of Luderitz die naam daai tyd bestaan het nie, maar nou is dit Luderitz. En hy het hulle toe gaan sien, maar by die hele vissermanne hê. Wat sal werk, nie stryk nie. Toe het hulle glo ja gesê en toe begin hy die Portugese inbring hiernatoe. Ja. My pa het begin in Joburg as 'n hotel waiter.
But being isolated geographically in such a way, we already sort of all count on each other, and we are sort of the stepchild of the nation. We've been used to that. But it makes you also stronger, you know. Community life has always been a very important factor here in Luderitz, and up to today, I think we are exceptional. We are really proud to say that we have got hardly any racial discrimination here. We are one big family.
I grew up in Luderitz as a young child, where we used to go take fish as we want, get the crayfish as we want, and without any permits and stuff like that. So that was for me the wonderful thing ever, because we grew up in a household where we were very unfortunate of many things. So we would go from school, we went to sea. They go make your food there, you get a bucket, a hole, you put your things there in the food that you find there, the fish, the water, children. So it was very nice, and now we are just restricted and we can't do it anymore. So we were very fortunate, and I really would like it to be back again like that.
To be able to go to the sea in the afternoon.
In the afternoon, enjoy what the Creator has given us. It's the Creator who created these things for us, yes. And I think we are blessed to have the sea and everything in it.
Wow.
And the thing that I know that the Lord has made it. And that's what I love of the sea. I think people are more interested or excited for the development in Luderitz, because there's a lot of youth in Luderitz that doesn't have work at all. So we are seeing more forward to the development of Luderitz, like shops and some work for the young people.
Okay, so Namibia is a country that's highly dependent on the ocean. So I think every Namibian will agree when I say that, like, we appreciate the ocean because of what it gives us. This is mainly fish, and also many other aspects in terms of social responsibilities, I would say. So my relation to this is just that I think appreciation of what nature has given us, and the ability to actually have this diverse marine ecosystem is something that's very beneficial to Namibia as a country. And then this ensures that we do have fish in abundance, not only for our country, but also to for the outside of the country, and then this also generates revenue or brings in foreign currencies. So in terms of economic empowerment, then the ocean is doing that.
This means that it is not only diamonds and other precious resources that occupy the attention of the community, but also the rich life of the interior, stories of cultural practice and belief.
So, in the song guys is the Korana, Namas, Busmans and the Khoi. Each one is a different element. Khoi is fire, so I'm fire. But I'm actually yeah. So Namas is water, Busmans is earth, Korana is wind.
The first part of the ritual involves greeting the spirits that remain and informing them that those who still live are here. This is a long and careful process for which the participants prepare. A preparation that commenced the night before with prayer and fasting. It is difficult to decipher the precise elements of the ritual process of soul release. The elements are made of precious plant and animal materials such as porcupine quills. Porcupines occupy an important place in the spiritual world of the Khoi and San peoples. Porcupines and armadillos or anteaters are rare creatures that often emerge in moonlight clearings and are, as implied in the discussions that we had with Tsumeb chiefs the previous year, imbued by the special powers of the moon. In anthropology, we recognize that there is sacred knowledge and sacred rituals. Both are known only to the ritual practitioners or healers. It is not knowledge that we, as anthropologists, bear. The work of researchers such as Sean Sullivan, for example, confirmed the rich natural and cultural heritage of Namibia's indigenous peoples and how Khoi and San descendants in particular lived across Namibia, drawing both sustenance and belief from its landscape.
When you stand at Shark Island, you see the town of Luderitz and all the old buildings. And when you see the old buildings, you should know that the people that was incarcerated here were the ones who built this town. And this town, in essence, the entire town is a reminder of what has happened at Shark Island. These very same people were also there working as slaves and then brought in here at night to come and sleep at this very cold and desolate place. What we see here today is also not very encouraging, but at least we have the memory and we have the knowledge of what has happened here. We as Nama people should put our heads together, should get courage amongst ourselves and put something here that will forever commemorate the souls of the people and honor the souls of the people that have died here in a very horrible way.
Khoi, Korana.
The second part of the ritual takes place the next day. It is a beautifully crisp day in Luderitz. Southern Africa is a place of unseen histories and heritage silences. By this we mean that colonial histories have not always revealed the whole story of nation-states. In Namibia, the ancestors are believed to be in the wind, but there are also places where, because of past tragedy, spirits and souls are trapped. Healers like Dikwex and others facilitate the spiritual liberation of these souls, creating new possibility for peace and social cohesion among those who are still alive. Such rituals enable local communities, investors, and policymakers to recognize other logics, other processes, and ways in which to achieve common goals. In the case of Luderitz, this means achieving sustainable human development for all. We were equally surprised as the sun went down to find that the night brought with it not only knowledge and sharing, but music, food, and healing. In recent years, Luderitz has become a town associated with rapid development of offshore and onshore prospects. It is a town that is expanding rapidly and where there is a risk of losing precious tangible and intangible cultural heritage. The soul release ritual shows that intangible cultural heritage, that is, the spiritual expressions of indigenous communities, often separated by history, remain important to local communities. But our question remains, how do we integrate this heritage into the current fabric of Namibian society? Can a difficult story be told differently? Can the story be leveraged to speak to the needs of a present generation, a community of young people from Luderitz and beyond? The anthropological research is already showing that heritage is not exclusive. It is shared. It crosses borders and spiritual realms. Perhaps this offers guidance that as decision makers and policy makers, we should be more open to the potential of cultural heritage to unify people divided by borders and beliefs.